260 St. Joe graduates here on stage. How do they look? How do they look? Please stand as we welcome the Berrien County Sheriff's Office Honor Guard with the presentation of the flag, followed by the singing of our national anthem by Mrs. Beth Gray Roll and the 2018 Concert Choir. Thank you, Color Guard. Please be seated. Well, good evening. I think I'm going to do this one more time. Seniors, stand up. Let's tell them how good they look tonight. Thank you, seniors. My name is Greg Bloomgren. I'm the principal here at St. Joseph High School. On behalf of Mr. Berry, Mr. Guzzo, our teachers, the students, and all of our staff at St. Joseph High School, we would like to welcome all of you to the 146th St. Joseph High School commencement ceremony. We would also like to extend a special welcome to the St. Joseph Public School Board of Education, the St. Joseph Public School Administrative Team, the Foundation, distinguished alumni, guests, families, friends, and most importantly, let's welcome our St. Joseph High School class of 2018. I would like to take just a moment and recognize a couple of very special groups here with us today. First, our military personnel. Can we have all the military veterans in attendance, our active military personnel, and our enlisting graduates, please stand and be recognized. Thank you for your service. Next, please allow me to take a moment to recognize retiring teacher, Mr. Ted Hendricks. Although Mr. Hendricks is not in attendance with us at graduation today, his 31 years of service with St. Joseph Public Schools deserves to be acknowledged. Thank you, Ted. And now, to the class of 2018, this is an exciting day for us all. Your parents, families, friends, teachers, administrators, school personnel, and this community are extremely proud of you. For the last 4 years, you have managed to balance the academic, the social, extracurricular, family expectations that have consumed these years in your lives. You have worked hard for this day, and soon you will become our newest group of alumni at St. Joseph High School. As the last 4 years have passed, I have gotten the opportunity to know some of you better than others. Yet, undoubtedly, at some point in time, we have all fist bumped or probably made a hand gesture at one another, which is one of my things I like to do, signifying respect and appreciation for one another. I have watched you closely, and I observed you overcome failure, sadness, and disappointment. I have also seen your smiles, heard your laughs, and watched you succeed. And yes, parents, I have even heard them say thank you every once in a while at St. Joe High School. It is from these interactions and observations with all of you that I can confidently say you have made us proud, you have done well, and you have earned this opportunity. And I know, class of 2018, you will accomplish great things and become alumni that we will always speak highly of at St. Joseph High School. Teachers, thank you, thank you, thank you. In my 22 years in education, this is by far the most dedicated, committed, and caring staff that I have had an opportunity to work with. This group of teachers has gone above and beyond for the class of 2018. They are true professionals, and they are the reason St. Joe High School is a great place for our students. Also, please allow me the opportunity to say thank you to the parents, the families, the friends of the graduating seniors. Your endless support of your son, your daughter, and your trust in us at St. Joseph Public Schools has created an educational community that is second to none. Graduates, we look forward to seeing and hearing about all the great experiences that you will soon be having that will define your lives and who you will become as young adults. Class of 2018, we know you are ready, we know you will make us proud, and we know you will do great things. Congratulations. A couple of housekeeping items before we move on with the ceremony. First, we would ask that you please remain seated during the ceremony to allow everyone the opportunity to see their graduate. If you need to stand, we would ask that you please make your way to either side of the seating area or to the back so that you will not be blocking the view of others. Second, when we get to the presentation of diplomas, parents and family members, we would again ask that you please remain in your seat to take pictures. We will have professional photographers taking photos of your graduate receiving their diploma on the stage and as they exit the stage. These photos will be made available to you next week at no charge as a gift from us to you. A link will be provided to all the seniors and parents through a power announcement where you can access these photos. Your cooperation and attention with this will be much appreciated by all and provide all of us the opportunity to see the graduates receiving their diploma. Thank you. Last, as we finish with the commencement ceremony today, we will allow 20 minutes following the program for families to take pictures with their graduates here at Shadowland. We will then need to transport all the graduates back to St. Joseph High School by bus for their final checkout. Now, moving on with the ceremony, please help me welcome Senior Class President McKay Barfus to the stage.
Welcome. On the behalf of the class of 2018, I would like to welcome the graduates, distinguished faculty, Mr. Berry, and the parents that have worked so hard to get us here today. First of all, I am honored and I would like to thank you all for this wonderful opportunity to speak here. As class president, I was asked to give this speech at the beginning of this year, and utilizing all the goal setting and preparation skills I've learned throughout the past 4 years of high school, I started this speech the day before it was due. When we arrived here our freshman year, we had no idea the plethora of things we would learn during our wonderful 4 years here at St. Joseph High School. We had no idea our math teachers could sing, our economics teachers would care so much about lists, or that our English teachers would instill an intense worry in our minds about plagiarism. We had no idea we would learn to love our experience here so much. We had no idea that graduation day would come so soon, but here it is. I would like to begin my speech with a story. The story starts with an egg, an eagle egg to be exact. This certain eagle egg had been accidentally pushed out of its nest and remained there untouched until it was found by a farmer. The farmer did what any rational farmer would do. He put the egg in the chicken coop to hatch with the others. And eventually, under the care of the hens, the egg hatched and grew up alongside the chickens. This eagle learned how to cluck like a chicken, run like a chicken, and even jump around like a chicken. And after years of acting like an eagle, acting like a chicken, the eagle sincerely believed he was a chicken. And one morning, as the eagle rose from its bed of hay and looked into the sky, he saw something soaring majestically above the clouds, above him. "What is that?" the eagle asked. "That is a noble eagle," the chicken replied. "The eagle is not bound by the earth. It is free to go wherever it pleases. We will never be able to become that. We are just chickens." The eagle looked back down to the ground and agreed. "I wish I could become that." That eagle lived and died thinking he was a chicken, even though any time throughout his life, all he had to do was try to fly. Now I know what you're thinking. Why the heck is he talking about eagles? We are the bears. Okay, bears. Throughout the next phase of our lives, society will constantly bombard us with societal norms that may affect our desire to change and become better. It will want us to think that we can't have the perfect job, that we will never have the perfect family, or that we will never be able to travel to the best places in the world. And after years and years of being exposed to this, we might just become numb to this desire to experience the life we want for ourselves. We cannot let ourselves believe this. We should never settle for less than what we can become. Because I'm here to tell you today that we can become better. If we try, we can travel anywhere we want to. We can have the perfect family if we want. And we will become more than we ever thought possible. This is why it is important now, more than any other time in our lives, to know exactly who we are and what we stand for. Seniors, in the next few years, we will become increasingly refined and defined by the friends we choose, the ideals we believe in, and the things we experience. Each and every one of you has the power to change the world. So my wonderful class of 2018, do not clip your wings with wishful thinking and wasted time. The time is now for all of us to take our next crucial step to our full potential. The time is now to step out of the henhouse, spread our wings, and fly. Thank you.
My name is Ann Carden, and it's my privilege to be the superintendent of St. Joseph Public Schools. Congratulations, class of 2018. So in 2004, and I hope you were probably like joyfully playing in your backyard, Bradley Whitford, the star of one of my favorite TV series, West Wing, delivered a commencement speech at the University of Wisconsin where he told graduates, take action. Every story you've ever connected with, every leader you've ever admired, every puny little thing that you've ever accomplished is the result of taking action. You have a choice. You can either be a passive victim of circumstance, or you can be the active hero of your own life. I look forward to following your progress and watching how you will change the world and make your mark in a positive fashion. We are sending you off with a great foundation. You are more than ready, and we are all very proud of you. There have been many people who have assisted you on your educational journey, and many people to thank. You've had supportive parents, dedicated teachers, quality administrators, and a board of education who made the policies, set the standards, and provided the opportunities you had as students. Please acknowledge each of these board members who worked endless hours to assure that the education you received was the most relevant and rigorous as possible. President, Mrs. Amy Port Pierce. Vice President, Mr. J.T. Inman. Secretary, Mrs. Denise Reeves. Treasurer, Mr. Chris Cook. Trustee, Mrs. Amy Marone. Trustee, Mr. Barry Conybear. And Trustee, Mr. Kerry Wright. Thank you, board members. So for those of you who went through Upton, you know how Mr. Mandarino ends everything, right? With a quote. So I'm channeling Mr. Mandarino here for you with a favorite quote from Mark Twain. And I think it's fitting seeing as where we're sitting today too. 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the ones you did do. So throw off the bow lines, sail away from the safe harbor, catch the trade wind in your sails, explore, dream, and discover. And now, please help me welcome Mr. Bill Marone, President of the St. Joseph Public Schools Foundation.
Well, congratulations, class of 2018. The St. Joseph Public Schools Foundation is pleased to honor you and at the same time announce the recipients of our prestigious Distinguished Alumni Awards. The awards were presented at a special ceremony earlier today. Please refer to your program for a complete listing of their outstanding achievements. I have the honor of presenting to you two St. Joe High School Eagles who stepped out of the hen house and flew, our 2018 Distinguished Alumni. First, Teresa Olaski-Rich. Dr. Teresa Olaski-Rich graduated from St. Joe in 1978. She went on to earn a bachelor's, master, and PhD degrees in business and philosophy and a Juris Doctor degree. In 2016, she retired from General Motors Corporation after a 32-year career in law and HR and is currently a principal of Rich Law in Farmington Hills. She is a published author, motivational speaker, and logs countless hours of volunteer work in her community. Teresa passes along this message to you, the graduates. My parents taught me at an early age that life is about more than going to work and coming home at the end of the day. We owe it to each other to make the world what we want it to be, starting in our own community. Find something you care about, whether it's politics, the arts, children, animals, your worship church, or something else. This world is yours. Get involved. Congratulations, Teresa Orlaski-Rich. Mary Jo Burkhardt. Dr. Mary Jo Burkhardt is a 1982 graduate from St. Joe. She is the Associate Dean for Faculty and Staff Affairs, Inclusive Diversity, and Planning at The Ohio State University. She received a Doctor of Veterinary Medicine degree, is a diplomat of the American College of Veterinary Pathologists, and has a PhD in philosophy. She is an accomplished scientist, researcher, and author, and has received over $6 million of grant support for her research. Her contributions to the OSU College of Veterinary Medicine include initiatives to nurture a supportive culture and community of inclusion. She leads a diversity council, and as a direct result, the OSU College of Veterinary Medicine received the 2017 Health Professional Higher Education Excellence and Diversity Award. Here are some of Mary Jo's learnings to pass along to you. Life is not linear. It's okay to change course and start over more than once. Life is more about what happens day to day than the big events. We're really bits and pieces of all the people we've known. Find the people you want to be part of your life's DNA. And finally, when in doubt, be kind. Congratulations, Mary Jo Burkhardt. Once again, congratulations, distinguished alumni and class of 2018. We are proud of you and wish you the very best in all that you do. As a mentor of mine told me many years ago, you have to have a goal, keep your eye on the goal, and follow through. Go Bears!
Well, class of 2018, thank you for the honor of being part of your graduation. Tonight's really about giving honor to you guys, the graduates. We honor you for your hard work, for your growth, for your perseverance, for the way you've represented this school and this community. And you really make me proud to be your teacher. As your teacher, I feel a little like the final bell has already rung, but you've given me permission to spend a little extra time, one more lesson, so here goes. Preparing for tonight, I kept coming back to one word, and that word is honor. But my goal is not just to recognize your past honors, nor is it even to urge you to seek future honors. Instead, I'd like to turn your focus outward. My hope is that as you move on from this school, that you would seek to honor others, that you would outdo one another in showing honor. So what does it mean to actually show honor to others? Well, part of what honor means is to respect or to treat with civility. That type of honor matters. Respect and civility are a necessary starting point for meaningful conversation, for relationships, even for education. But as important as respect is, honor goes even further than that. See, honor also means to dignify or to raise to distinction or notice. In other words, to make someone feel like they have worth, to tell them that you value them. So what does that look like? How can you show honor to someone in a way that imparts worth or value? Well, sometimes It's as simple as Nate Atherton caring enough to ask me about my upcoming weekend, and then listening intently as I tell him about my mundane plans. But, by asking and listening, Nate showed honor to me. Or when Sydney Malin and Diana Iglesias say thank you, along with many other kids as they leave class, I feel valued as a teacher. When Joey Grabowski puts in the work to make it through Algebra 2, but he still gives credit and thanks to Mr. Fields for helping him, that's what it looks like to show honor. But I want you guys to know that honor is not just something that you give to teachers or even to authority figures. One day I was subbing for Mrs. Waddell, and I watched as Peyton Birchfield and Anthony Strickler really showed honor in the way that they helped ninth graders learn math. Ms. Nick and Mrs. Beam shared similar stories of seniors helping underclassmen succeed in school. Do you see the worth that conveys? Do you see how younger students feel valued by seniors who care? Or what if it's the whole senior class that cares? That's really what I saw at our first PEP assembly. Do you remember it? It was a game of lightning. And man, I was moved by the way that so many of you seniors showed honor to a young man, both in the way that you played the game and in the way you all celebrated after he won. Do you understand that you gave him dignity and value? You made his day, and you really made my day as well. That's what it looks like to show honor. You leave this place equipped for greatness with a first-class education. You guys will be the ones to design and to build, to create, to discover. But individual success by itself does not necessarily bring joy or meaning. Life is meant to be lived in community, in relationship with others, whether that be at home or at school or at work. And I really think that to the extent that you show honor to those in the community where you live, you'll have a direct impact on that community flourishing. In other words, do you want to do something in your life that matters, that has value, that has worth? Then communicate value and worth to others. Show them honor. And watch how your relationships, your community, and your life flourish. This is my last chance to teach you guys. But this lesson does require a little bit of homework. One last assignment. The assignment I'd give you is to live a life of showing honor to others. But I can't let you leave here without making sure that you get it. So consider this your exit slip. Each of you have people here, friends and family, who came to honor you. Would you make sure that before you leave this place, and now I learned it's only 20 minutes, so you have to be quick at this, before you leave this place, you've shown honor to them as well. It could be a thank you, a handshake, a hug. Give them your time and your attention. Show them they have value, because they do, just like you all do. May you all outdo one another in showing honor. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Gabby Hardy. Whew, okay. Class of 2018, when I sat down to write this speech, I didn't really know what I wanted to say. But I knew that I wanted all of you to know how much I love all of you, and how much I love this school, and how overwhelmingly excited I am for all of our futures. St. Joseph High School has been the perfect place for me to become who I am and to figure out who I want to be, and that is largely because of the community that all of us have created here. Guys, we've experienced a lot together. Some of us have known each other since kindergarten, when we glued macaroni noodles to paper and called it art. We knew each other's favorite colors and sometimes middle names. We memorized so many math facts and performed in plays each year. At that time, our only complaint was that recess was too short and that so-and-so had cut us in line. Next, we moved on to middle school, where boy-girl drama, Aeropostale clothing, and braces reigned. On that first day, we shoved our backpacks and trapper keepers into those unbelievably skinny lockers and ventured out into the labyrinth, which is Upton Middle School, which we later found out was really just 2 parallel hallways. I don't really know why that was so hard. In 7th grade, we competed in Battle of the Books, in where our English teachers convinced us that making reading puns was cool and that we should put them on posters and compete for that. Sealing ourselves into time capsules, we wrote letters to our future selves and anticipated what our classmates would be up to in 20 years. And having gotten all of those letters back, we can all see how much we've grown, both physically, emotionally, and intellectually. Yet even in that time, our community of friends and teachers was so strong and supportive, and we were ready for the next step. And the next step, 4 very short years ago, we arrived at St. Joseph High School, prepared to learn everything that we could. We roamed the school grounds, naming trees, conquered the grapes of wrath, and tried not to set the chem lab on fire with Bunsen burners. We've become more sophisticated in communicating with each other, moving from PictoChat on our DSs to Snapchat and Instagram, the like. We've learned that nagging teachers really just care about our success, and that nothing compares to storming Lakeshore's basketball court after a big win. Every day was a new adventure, and we were all travel buddies. And now we sit on this stage, and I can't help but wonder where all the time has gone. And if you haven't noticed, we've done all of these things together because, well, we're all in this together. Some of you may feel that high school didn't live up to your high school musical expectations, but I beg to differ. For the past 4 years, we haven't stuck to the status quo. Our athletes took calculus, our robotics team members took band, and Mr. Misi's Ode to Pie song took our hearts. While some days have been a little less than fabulous, I know that we can always bop to the top. The community we've created here has shaped you into who you are and who you will become. Our education is not just a list of facts and processes, it's a tool which you can use to do whatever you want. And I hope you choose to give back and to make the world the place that it should be. Find your passion and never let go, because the only thing standing in your way is you. Now that high school's over, it's time to get your head in the game. Because I can feel that it's the start of something new, something so amazing. I want all of you to know that I leave here with so much love for each and every one of you and a deep sense of gratitude for the community we've made. Class of 2018, we're breaking free. And I hope you never forget that we're all in this together.
This is why I should have gone first, because save the best for last. But, all right. Before I begin my speech, I'd like to thank Mr. Bloomgren, Mr. Berry, Mrs. Olson, Mrs. Wagner, and Mrs. Peterson, and the whole St. Joseph Public School Board, administration, and faculty for giving me this opportunity to speak today on one of the most pivotal moments in our lifetime. So, not nervous at all. Now, I would also like to thank Mrs. Hunter for helping me refine this speech over the past 2 weeks. So, thank you. All right. Hello. One sec. Okay. Hello, fellow classmates, family, teachers, and the people of St. Joe. My name is Rajesh Gupta, but I also go by Goop Dog, Raj Mahal, Meme Lord 101, or just Raj. It was only 4 years ago when we crossed into the forbidden waters of St. Joseph High School. As young, helpless freshmen, we scurried from class to class, lost in the halls like a river running into an unknown sea. We snapped pictures of our faces using the puppy filter and used phrases like boy and yeet. Some of us still brought trapper keepers to school, and by some, I mean me. By junior year, we found ourselves accustomed to the hallways and teachers of St. Joe. This was also the time we developed first-degree senioritis. But after all the standardized testing and college apps, we have made it. We're graduating. We raised tens of thousands of servings of food with Mr. Walters and have been drenched in even more colored powder at the football games. We, class of 2018, have been through thick and thin, from lake effect snow to facial acne to math. Yet we still somehow managed to graduate, and I think that deserves a big round of applause. After 4 years of hard work and staying up late nights finishing the long due English portfolios, thank you, English teachers, we have an opportunity to pursue our passions, no matter how wild they are, and make a little dent in this world of ours. To, as some people call it, leave a legacy. Keep in mind that social heroes like Martin Luther King Jr. and famous celebrities like Lil Yachty were once average people, like us. And although we're not perfect and will make mistakes along the way, like choosing Michigan State over Michigan, and not being capable of simple rudimentary tasks like finding the mute button on a remote, we find that the average can achieve greatness, whether recognized by the world or just a few. My grandfather once told me, to live 100 years, you don't really need to live for 100 years. Just accomplish something in one day that people remember you for 100 years. And although he passed away at 82, his legacy remains with me and the rest of his family. And now with you. To leave a legacy, you don't have to find a cure for cancer or global warming, although that would be kind of great. In fact, we all leave some sort of imprint behind, but it is up to each of us to determine what it will be. Having more money and fame doesn't mean you leave a better legacy behind. The amount of love and appreciation you spread to the ones around you is what will. Having a large impact on a small group of people is more valuable than having a small impact on a large group of people. So, class of 2018, I'd like to thank you for the legacy of left behind as the best class to ever walk through the doors of St. Joe, and always remember that life's better when you're laughing. Thank you.
Let's thank Raj, Gabby, and McKay, and Mr. Meese once again for their messages here today. Can I please have the following students come forward and stand center stage? Charvi Chatwal, Ryan Erickson, Anna Fisher, Rajesh Gupta, Gabriella Hardy, William Kurtz, Heather Laney, Hannah Moore, Lindsay White, and Elena Young. A little over a year ago, during the 2016-17 school year, a question was posed to the high school staff and admin team. The question was simply this: are we recognizing our highest academic performers at St. Joseph High School the best we can? For the remainder of the 16-17 school year, a committee was formed that met several times to address this precise question. From the committee's hard work, research, and thoughtful dialogue, a proposal was brought to the St. Joseph Public Schools Board of Education to create the St. Joseph High School Academic Hall of Fame, and it was board approved last summer. It was determined that the top 10 weighted cumulative GPA students in each graduating class will annually be inducted into the Academic Hall of Fame. The top 10 graduating seniors for the class of 2018 are standing before you based off of their cumulative weighted GPAs and are wearing a stole on their gown signifying their outstanding academic achievement. They were also recognized yesterday in the Herald Palladium for their academic performance with a picture and a bio, and they will become a permanent fixture to be forever honored in a currently being constructed St. Joseph High School Academic Hall of Fame digital display in the main hall of the high school near the attendance office. I am pleased to announce that the class of 2018 Top 10, this is our first inaugural class of inductees, and we're excited to acknowledge and present to you our first ever class of Academic Hall of Famers. Congratulations. Thank you, Top 10. You can have a seat. All right, the time has come. This is why we are here. Shall we present some diplomas tonight? Superintendent Carden, the 260 seniors sitting before you have met all the requirements of the state of Michigan, the Michigan Merit Curriculum, and the St. Joseph Public School Board of Education for graduation. I am recommending that all 260 of these outstanding seniors receive their diplomas. At this time, can we have our senior class officers please take their places along with Mrs. Wagner, Mrs. Cook, and Mrs. Olson for the presentation of diplomas. Mr. Berry and Mr. Guzzo, can you please bring the diplomas to the center of the stage? And School Board President Mrs. Amy Port Pierce, will you please join us on stage to assist with the diploma presentations? Don't trip on the tablecloth. Right in the middle, right behind the 2018.
Are they in order?
Cameron Elizabeth Lane. Savannah Renee Pigman. Sarah Nicole Licklider. Anna Colleen Fisher. Alyssa Jane Bloomgren. Katie Elizabeth Algeier. Ryan Erickson. Rajas Gupta. William Stephen Lage. Eric Jude Eaglehoff. Connor Matthew Tobin. Christian Andrew Muchler. Lena Michelle Young. Haley Catherine Rich. Dawn P. Ho. Tabitha Cantu. Caleb McIntosh. Tavis Quinn Robert Wright. Prakya Rogati. Liam Thomas George Wright. Paige Newton. Madeline Elizabeth Wright. Caitlin Newton. Christian Smooths. All right, yeah. Madison Jane Phillips. Nicholas Peter Gerzunde. Alyssa Kimberly Adams. Maggie Lear. Katie Elizabeth Cook. Savannah Eddy. Zaina Farhan. Ashlyn Paige Wetzel. Haley Joy Cohn. Emily Rose Roth. Angela Chen. Lindsay White. Mia Lopresti. Danielle Williams. Emma Marshall. Katie Ann Schmidt. Hannah Moore. Eric Richard Belke. Tyler Voth. Ryan C. Barlow. Cade Shimulunes. Shay Richard Kent.
Simon Michael Wagner.
Dylan Jamie Brett Cruz Stanford. Darian Catherine Scott. Molly Kate Marie Johnson. Edward Robertson. Alyssa A. Main. Mason Scramlin.
Gabriella Hardy. Grace Elizabeth Bacho. Adeline Nicholson. Alyssa Renee Gould.
Yana Kalonek.
Yara Salem. Diana Galacia. Sydney Malin. Haley Cucci. McKenna Anderson. Tori Murray. Anna Jean Heiss. Trenton Jacob Ostowski. Nathan Atherton. Justin Askew. Susanna Payne. Jenna Reese Froberg. Yep. Hannah Rebecca Quinones. Yep. Connor Anderson. Noah Fox Williams. Anna Wilson. Kane Hoffman. Luke Cook. Connor McCreary. Isaac Rudell. Nathan Marsh. Anthony D'Amico. Kelly Fee. Abigail Salvano. Okay, that works too. Alana Thomas. Tina Wen. Lauren Yacobosi. Ariel Caroline Higgins. Jacob Burns. Dong Cheng Kim. Michael Tynes. Kishana Jones. Jackson Carter. Jackson Thomas Levanway. Destiny Davis Pringle. Diamond Calvinet Brimite. Taylor Riley Elliott. Lars Krebs. Brian H.V.
Joao Godinho.
Rebecca Rose Johnson. Destiny Chanel LaShawn Wright. Natalie Jones. Vincent Guilfoyle. Ryan L. Stevens. Isaac George Stanger. Sydney Ann Champion. Whitney Green Thompson. Courtney Morgan Shinneberry. Heather Ann Laney. Reagan Winters Lifrith. Yeah. Saley Owen. Middle name? All right. Caden Jared Taylor. Spencer Blackman. Samuel Brady. Morgan Ann Versick. Jordan Elsner. Parker Sophia Johnson. Brianna Marie Turk. Erica Nicole Lear. Esther Ann Kraus. Kaylin Julia Yeager.
Sarah Bennett. Rachel Renee Kurland. That one's, oh, Sarah Bennett, that too. Angela Guadalupe Padilla. Gina Ayala. Victoria Morgan King. Lucas Veldman. John Ackerman. Alex Shibunek. James Edward Bennett III. Justin Kastner. Jordan Shimunek. Amber Witt. Isaac Dodson. Ethan Gustav Gardner. Madeline Newland. Brooke Johnson. Molly Verhage. Mason Alexander Durlam. Lauren Osborne. Brennan Cahoon. Griffin Fitz. Joshua Michael Dunlop. Zane Matthew Arthur. Nicholas Moen. Anthony Tedesco. Anthony McGrick Strickler. Hunter Capaccio. Stephen Robert Yak. Jordan Cornell. Charlie Johan. Lissa Saad. Jonathan Pugh. Paige Elizabeth Thomas. Amara Kaiser. Oliviana Moreno. Peyton Birchfield. Austin Ackerman. Samuel R. Fernandez. Noah Engel. Austin Lieberg. Carson Dory. Wynn Rose Robinson. Kelsey Renee Hedman. Danielle Sue Baldwin. Rachel D. Kasachuk. Zachary Webb. Justin Harlan McCurdy. Eric Batson. Olivia Marie Rutherford. Peyton Handy. Adeline Colasar. Kaya Churchill. Brittany Rixey. Joseph William Gabowski. Sarah Trumley. Derek Hammond. Nichelle Smith. Sarah M. Vance. Anna Alicia Fiddleman. Daniel Acker. Dustin Nitz. Jeremy Oakes. Timothy Barahona. Skylar Nalepa. Carissa Ann Stroop. Dakota Schlote, Cheyenne Schlote. Morgan Wolfhatcher. Ebony Morris. Elizabeth Claire Seaman. Shaylin Lee.
Olivia Adent. Lexi Markert. Jason Barco. Alexis Christine Streffling. Donovan Robert Cool. Salvatore Gudani. Rob Kurtz. Eliana Gottlieb. Momono Sakura. Logan Alexander Miller. Jan Eric Sepke. Kaylee Gresham. Brittany Bowers. Allison Shea Kaler. Daniel Okonski. Kendall Shesky. Jalen Shannon. Hunter Ott.
Devin Handy. Bronson E. Navarro. Dustin Huff. Hunter J. Lang. Kai Bora. Luis Gustavo Hernandez Morales. Michaela Webb. Melanie F. Blasey. Taylor Brink. Gabriel Bruner. Giovanni Rodarte. Miles William Frank. Wait, how do you? Brielle Tinky. Looks like a U. Yeah. Emily Cole. Caden A. Bowling. Alex Keys. Nick Hutchinson. Sam Pavlopoulos. Jalen Lamar Kiles. Charlie Jones. Ryan Anthony Haynes. Luke Brightcruz. Jade D. Jefferson. Devontae Dwayne Kelly. Trevor Richard Thomas Dilly. Jason Anthony Zadlow. Cayman Hunter. Cade Fennell. Carly Forker. Jeff Hudson. Faith Marie Jordan. Jack A. Buckaloo. Madison Mary Hambrook. Andrew J. Schroeder. James Hensley. Miles Fischel. Aaron Calleas Santiago. Charles J. Schwarting. Jordan D. Reinfield. Tiffany Wells. Tiara A. Muhammad. Brianna P. Tate. Aiden J. Chanel. William Avery McCann. Yes. Charvy Chatwall. Right. Max Belts.
Andrew Borey. Matthew McKay Barfus.
We got the alma mater, they all call you. They'll be after that. Okay, 260 of the newest St. Joe High School alumni. Congratulations, graduates. Please stand and join the high school band and the concert choir members as we sing the St. Joseph High School alma mater. And last, one more time, your senior class president, McKay Barfus, with the tassel turning ceremony.
I'd like to say one more thing. I love you guys so much. I'm so glad to be a part of your class and represent you as the class of 2018. Ugh. Class of 2018, the tassel turning ceremony signifies the conclusion of our high school experience and represents a major step in our future. Please join your senior class officers at the count of 3. Move your tassel from the right to the left as a symbol of completion. 1, 2, 3. Congratulations, class of 2018 and St. Joseph High School's newest alumni. Class dismissed.
Thank you, parents and family. We will have till 7:50 to have pictures taken with your graduates, and then at 7:50 we will come back on the PA to have the graduates board the bus to transport back to the high school. Thank you. Go Bears.